Hi, everybody. My name is Nanika Edwards, and today I'm sharing with you the Chinese script for the word tree. It could also be translated wood. This could be tree or wood. And there actually is another word for tree that looks a little different from this, but for today I'm presenting this particular word, script, character, sinogram. Now, some of you may be looking at this and wondering, how could this possibly be a tree? Some of you may be already trying to figure out, okay, which part of the tree is the branches, which part is this, which part is that, where are the leaves, and so on. But you can't look at Chinese script that literally all the time. And if you would like to learn more and what some Chinese words looked like initially, you can check my YouTube channel, Big People Talk. And in the playlist section, you can find a 25 video series entitled About Chinese. Okay, and that will explain a lot of things. But for the sake of this video, I would simply say that this is a tree. And let me explain what you're looking at, okay? We'll put wood aside and we'll just focus on the tree meaning of this word. So what you're seeing here is this. The horizontal line is the ground. The vertical line above the horizontal line is actually the tree. What you see below the horizontal line, what do you think those are? That's right, the roots. Now I color coded this, okay? So I think that green is the obvious color to use for something from nature and definitely for something like a tree. So that's why this character is colored green, okay? Anyway, let me repeat what I just said. The horizontal line is the ground. What is above that, above the horizontal line, the vertical line above the horizontal line is the actual tree. The portion below the horizontal line, those are the roots. Now, I always tell my students, and yes, I do actually teach Chinese. Sometimes, not always continuously, but sometimes I do jobs where I do teach Chinese. Anyway, and my background is actually in Chinese studies. That was my bachelor's. That was my undergrad degree. Chinese studies, you could say, but really East Asian studies with a focus on China. Anyway, when you look at the script, does it speak to you? I always tell my students that you can approach the analysis of Chinese words in the same way that someone would approach poetry, especially if it's layered poetry. So, like layered with meaning, different layers of meaning that you kind of have to extract and figure out and decipher. And Chinese script is very similar. So, how does this word speak to you? For me, I look at it and what stands out to me are the roots, and I'm pretty sure that the roots stand out to you. In fact, the roots seem to be more prominent than the tree portion. But why is that? I think it's trying to tell us something. And by the way, we may have all kinds of different ideas and opinions about what this could represent. As long as you can justify your opinion and your perspective, it's all good. I look at the script and I think, okay, roots are the foundational dimension of a tree or a plant. And I think that what this script is actually saying in a very simply composed kind of way is that foundations are critical. The roots are what will support the growth, the upward growth of a tree. And of course, the roots are below the ground, right? So, what happens in hidden places? What happens in secret? What happens in our private moments? It could be even in the privacy of our own thoughts, will directly impact more visible aspects of our life or anything supported by some kind of foundation that is not readily visible, whether it's a company, a family, you know um, an individual life, the roots are so important. And from my perspective, I would say you could think of even of roots chronologically. For example, our infant years, our childhood years could be like the roots, the root portions of our life. And then as we grow older, for example, people may know less and less about our childhood unless we share it specifically with other people. But those roots, even though they're not seen and they're not obvious, they do impact how we present, so to speak, to other people. So there are so many things that we can extract from this seemingly simple, yet not simplistic, Chinese word. Please feel free to share your comments in the comment section. I would love to hear what you think about this and what thoughts came to mind. And well, until next time.